Okay, good people. If you are coming to your charts and you don't know exactly what you're looking for, you are simply gambling. You need to know exactly what you're looking for way before you even open your charts. That is very, very important. Hence, we do our analysis a night before so that the following day we know exactly which assets we're going to be looking at and exactly what setup we're going to be hunting for. Because as a speculator, you are a hunter. This is one of the most difficult industries for many people, and most people need to do the minimum amount of work and come and be profitable. It will not happen like that. Okay, this is an industry where you need to be well prepared and bring your A game. Very, very important. So most of you in the comments have been asking me about this book. It is called The Market Maker's Edge. The Market Maker's Edge by Josh Luckman. He explains the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows. There's a lot he explained in this books, okay? Like, for example, timing the entry. There's a lot he explained, using the EMAs, 21 EMA, 8 EMA, a lot of things, all right? And in this channel, if you have been following for the longest time, you know I've shared a lot of books with you. I've read hundreds of books, okay, because this is one of the most complex industry where we really need to be well prepared. Unfortunately, most people don't even like reading. Most people don't like backtesting, but they want to be profitable. You are going against the smartest people, against hedge funds, against banks that have all the resources on their sides, banks that have quant traders, banks that have mathematicians, they have actual scientists, and we are here in front of our PCs. We have to be well prepared. That is highly important. Although many don't want to hear this, but it's true. I don't like sugarcoating or stating things that are not true. This is a complex industry. If you are really not willing to put in the minimum amount of work, honestly, the market is going to be cruel on you, and it's going to be there for the taking. Okay, you're going to be donating to those who are prepared. So you need to know exactly what you're looking for before you even open your chart. I want to talk about something that I keep talking about. Understanding the highs and the lows of the previous day, the closing price of the previous day, the highs and the lows of last week, the highs and the lows of last month, the highs and the lows of last year. These are important, crucial levels that even hedge funds are looking at, even banks are looking at. That's where you are expecting reaction, all right? And also understanding the picture that they are drawing for you, because every week, every month is going to draw a picture, every day is going to draw a picture, and the ability to understand that picture is what makes people profitable. Unfortunately, people want to come on the day itself and chase. No, it's not about chasing. It's about understanding the underlying picture that they are painting for us. If we fail to understand that, then we're not going to understand what is really happening. All right, so look at this. This week made a low here, okay? And if you look at my charts right here, you're gonna see I have yesterday's high, yesterday's low, yesterday's closing price. I have this pink box, which is last week's area. This is the high made last week, hence it's gonna be highlighted the next week. You see exactly, this is exactly the previous week's high and the previous week's low. It's printed on the current week because this is the week we want to be executing on, and we must be able to see exactly what happened last week without having to go back to last week and reanalyzing the entire week. No, that's gonna cost a lot of time and confusion. So we rather see it this current week, and this indicator is in my description. It has all these indicators for MT4 and MT5. It's one download, all right? One indicator has all these indicators, okay? So look at this. This is crude oil. What picture do you see here? I told you countless times, we must pay attention to what happens at the high of the day, the high of the low. The next point is the low of last week and the high of last week. So last week gives us a lot of information. For example, if you look here, you will see that they came down and they came down and they pinned last week. What happens when they pin the previous week? Very simple. The moment they pin last week, that means everybody who bought last week is now taken out. So there are people who bought here. They are taken out. And when they break an area, whether it's yesterday's highs or yesterday's low, or last week's low or last week's high, or last month's high or last month's low, there is something important we need to understand. Breakouts happen in three ways. It's gonna either be a breakout and then consolidate on the breakout, or else it's gonna be a breakout, then it's a real breakout, they come and retest and then they go down, or else it's gonna be a stop hunt. A stop hunt is where they just come and pin, and that's where they give you the most clearest and the most easiest opportunity. Why? Because if they come and pin like this, you know the job is done for this week. Okay, they are done with this low, they are done with this low. The next area they are going is where they are profitable, guys. I took it somewhere here. I told you that a W locks an area. If we go to a 15-minute time frame, for example, I'll show you where I took it, and it was a beautiful one because they locked the area. If you look at this, this is yesterday's close. They came and bounced at yesterday's close after doing out, after stop hunting everybody from last week. They came down, and after they came down, they went up, and the moment they went up, they pulled back down. I took it here and it went 100. Actually, it went 200 because I took it on a 5 minutes. Yes, let me go to 5 minutes, not a 15 minutes. I took it on a 5 minute because sometimes oil can be aggressive. Yes, I took it on a 5 minutes. That's where there was an engulfment candle, but you can clearly see that they were making higher highs, high structure. Then they pull back and they find support on the close. It's very important to understand these areas. Okay, they found support on the close. The moment they find support on the close, they go up again and then they come down. We don't know what's going to happen until they give this engulfment candle. So this is the engulfment candle I took it on. And where is it going? To the nearest support. Remember, this one hasn't yet given us a trend day. It hasn't broken the high. So this is not the one you're going to take all the way to the high. Okay, you take it to the nearest people who are in profits. All right. Yes. If it was maybe during the New York, yes, I could have taken it a little bit higher. Okay, so this one went roughly 200. You can see, yes, it went 200. It was a very easy one. Why? Because I knew they have stop hunted. But again, you don't know how far it's gonna go because it hasn't given us a fake breakout down yet. That is very important to understand. Okay, but W's lock an area. Very important to understand, very important to know. And which area is locked? Yesterday's close. Yesterday's close is the area that is being locked at this point in time, you see. And then even yesterday I came back. So let's go back to the hourly time frame because this one shows you the week in a very simple way. Okay, so you see I took it somewhere here on a 5 minute time frame. All right, it was somewhere here and it went 200. So look at this. I knew they were done down. So yesterday when I came, I told you we do our analysis in the night. So when I came in the night, I knew this was an inside day. Where immediately at the low of the week after we have stop hunted. Now this gives a lot of information. I've stated this too many times. This gives a lot of information. Watch my previous videos, you'll see I've over explained this. Okay, when you get an inside day, then you know what tomorrow is coming. All right, so I did the same yesterday. When I came to my chart, it was a little bit late. I couldn't take an execution during London. I wish I did, because on a 5 minute, I told you again, I take things on a 5 minute. On a 5 minute, they gave a beautiful execution down here, which again locked. Let's go to a 5 minutes. I want to show you something. People understand the locking of an area. Very, very crucial. You see, same London time. If you see structure, they've been going down. When they go down, they are making, structure to the downside, right? Now they start making higher highs. Okay, higher highs, and then they come down, they pull prices up, they push down, and then an engulfment, and before you know it, they break to the upside, they pull down, another engulfment. So the entries are so obvious. When I came, it was a little bit late, so had I came early, I would have taken this one, but when I came, prices were already on this candle, on this one here. All right, and I really don't like chasing. I don't chase prices, honestly. That's why even here I wait for them to pull down, because if you are coming to take them here, one thing you need to understand is prices never move like this. Okay, they don't do that. They actually move, and then they do what? They pull back. Okay, and then they extend their move. So you need to understand that this is the normal movement of prices. Hence, patience is important. So if you are coming and prices are here, you can't take them because they are gonna pull back, and you don't know the extent of this pullback. Mostly it's gonna be 50%, 40%, or whatsoever. That's why some people use the Fibonacci. Some will say it's 40% is the golden zone. Some say 60 is the golden zone. Some say 50 is the golden zone. But it really doesn't matter. Whatever works for you is well. Okay, because most of the time they are gonna move, they are gonna retest 50%. All right, they are gonna retest 50%. So if you're coming and you're seeing that, oh, they have gone, you can't take it here. All right, you need to wait for it to lock. Again, this is not a lock on its own. This is not a lock. This is where they bounce on the low. The lock is when they've bounced on an area, they try to go and come back down, and then the bulls shows that they are now in charge, because this is a battle between sellers and buyers, right? So whenever you get this big one, now you know there's those who are bulls have won. The bears have lost this battle because they failed to push prices below this one. All right, so my entries are the same. Even here it's the same thing. Okay, this was too early. They came. Okay, they came again, tried to push prices. Yes, they pushed them down, they pushed them up, but they make this one and immediately followed by engulfing. These are the candles where they do not really go back to. Okay, the same applies if they are going up, they are gonna pull back. The most important key is the engulfing candle. But when I came, I realized that prices were here. I'm not gonna chase these things here. You can't chase here. Okay, you need to wait and be patient. So when I waited, now if prices have gone like this for the retest, I want to usually switch to a bigger one. Okay, to a bigger time frame. So you can see this is exactly where I took it. Okay, so when they pulled back, I saw that they came down and they did this, and I took it on this candle over here. All right, if we go to a 5-minute time frame, you're gonna see it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. They came down. Okay, this is not a lock. You need a W. They come down, they go up, they come down. Okay, they're still coming down, making lower lows, and all of a sudden, what do? They now break to the upside. So you can see bears are losing, bulls are winning. But again, this is not the lock you are looking for, because this still tells nothing. But the moment they pull now down like this and give an engulfment, it engulfed this one. So this is where I actually took it. Okay, this is where I took it. Actually, it was okay, this candle opened and shot up heavily, so I took it somewhere here on the second candle, because this one within 2 seconds it just went up. So this is the one I took it on. You can use an EMA of 21.8, any EMA you want. Okay, because it's even shared by Josh Shaw shared the indicator, the moving averages. You can use 8, 21, whichever works for you, you can use it. But preferably, I love the 21. It works well for me. So I took this one, and this one went heavily up. Okay, it went 200 and something again. And mind you, still they haven't given you what? They haven't given you a trend day to the upside. So we still don't have a fail break at the low of the week. But understanding that they gave an inside day. So this one, I took it, I came and closed it late, and when I closed it, it was actually coming back. I think I closed it somewhere here, because I realized, oh, it was coming back, and this was around 8 p.m. in South Africa. Okay, I closed it somewhere here, so it was a good one. I just realized that, oh, now it's coming back in, and I closed it, because I said when you take position one, bull obviously target the high L or the nearest resistance that was made, which is of course the high of the previous day. Okay, so one position takes here, and then you leave one in case they keep running. But when I came back to my chart, because what I do is I don't want to come to my chart and disturb my execution, I take it, I leave my charts. I can come back maybe and trail, but mostly I can just leave it. I don't care about the risk, because the risk is too small. Honestly speaking, the risk is too small, because if they are gonna come and close me here, that means I was wrong. Okay, so my risk is tied 25 or the low if it's not too big. Okay, so this is where I literally took it, and yes, one hits and the other one you just hold until the close. But yesterday when I came back around 8 p.m., I knew that this move was going down. You can just take the candle of 8 p.m. on a day, on an hourly time frame. Yes, I closed on this candle. The moment it broke the low of this one, that's where I closed. Why? Because I know that we hadn't had a failed break here. We had an inside day. So we don't know how far this move is going to go, okay? The easiest move is when they've given you a trend day and they pull back. You know that the first place they're going to hit is here. So that one gives you like simple projections for your TP, and it becomes better. So I literally tried my best to explain this move over here, and it's the same thing we do every day, understanding the picture they are drawing, because obviously this move went up. Okay, this was a day they gave an inside day. They tricked everybody. And if you really look at it, it's the same thing I keep sharing, because this high here happens to be the high of the week. On my broker, every Monday has these two lines, because prices for us here, they open early. Okay, for other people in America, remember we are in front. Okay, so ours open early. That's why you'll have these two lines. One is for Sunday night when prices open, and then the other one is for Monday. So this was Monday, and then again this was Monday, right? So this is the high of the previous week. Actually, let me put it here. This is the high of the previous week, because this one was made early Sunday. Okay, so this one was the high of the previous week. And what did they do? They did the very same thing again. They came and stop hunted the high of the previous week. Just that for my indicator, it draws on the current week. But if it was to draw on the previous week, this is how the drawing was going to be. All right, this is how the highlighted box was going to be, because you can see it takes the lowest price and the highest price made in the week. So they did the same thing. You see, they just came here and stop hunted the very same thing they literally did here. You see, that's why the highs and the lows of the week are super important.